6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The History with Jackson podcast. Hello and welcome to the History with Jackson podcast, and welcome to the Katharine of Aragon Festival special series in partnership with Peterborough Cathedral and Peterborough Museum. Now, this special series is looking and covering the Katharine of Aragon Festival. We will be speaking to some of the historians who are giving Tudor-focused talks and tours around Peterborough and Peterborough Cathedral. We will also be speaking to some of the amazing living historians who are reenacting parts of Katharine's life. This festival commemorates Katharine's amazing life from the 25th to the 29th of January 2024. And if you hear any part of this festival coverage, do try and get down to Peterborough Cathedral to experience some of the events that we are covering. All the information for the events will be in the description below. And without further ado, let's get into this episode of the Katharine of Aragon Festival special series. So hello and welcome back to the History of Jackson podcast, and welcome back to Alex, because we've got Alex back on the podcast. How you doing?
Hi, yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Actually, I'm better than fine. I'm delighted.
Well, I was going to ask, right, so today is the last day of Katharine of Aragon Festival.
Yep.
How has it gone?
It has been quite emotional, actually. I was saying to a colleague, I feel a bit, I don't know, it's just been so wonderful. It's been so, the cathedral has been full of life, it's been vibrant, there have been people in and out of the cathedral all week, and it's just been lovely to see them all with smiles on their faces and engaging with the building, engaging with the story of Katharine, able to meet lots of different people. It's just been remarkable. I've loved it every second.
I can see that. I can see how much you've loved it, the passion you have for this festival as well. And it's been such a fantastic week, really, of covering it and going to the events. What kind of events, we've spoken to Laura at the museum about what the museum's done. What kind of events have you done here at the cathedral?
Well, we have done the kind of thing you'd expect. So the tours, our Tudor tours, sort of costumed interpretation. We've had our Tudor gravedigger taking family groups around, and our sort of Mistress Brown taking groups of adults around. And then things that you might not expect, like paper crafting workshops where adults got to create a 3D portrait of Katharine. We've had a blackwork embroidery session, and the Sonne Lumiere sort of storytelling of the cathedral, in the darkness, lit only by candles with sound and music. That absolute treat. Activities for children, lots of hands-on making stuff, community art installation over in the Tudor section of the cathedral. And then, this sort of today, the final, the Schools Day, which is my personal highlight of the festival. But it's all been just amazing to have so many different activities and such a variety going on.
I mean, Abby and myself have absolutely loved the event. We've been here, there and everywhere. Going to
you
all
have
the
been
events.
very busy.
But, I think a personal favourite for us has been Sonne Lumiere, as you said, lighting the cathedral up with candles and making that, I think, the closest I've ever seen the cathedral building to looking like an abbey.
Yes. I think some of the visitors were really sort of overwhelmed with how much they kind of got to feel how it might have been for those monks all those hundreds of years ago, in the gloom of the candlelight, with the sounds of the religious worship music, around them, as well as, the sounds of gunfire and axes falling, which we added in for a bit of light relief. It was entertaining, atmospheric, and really informative, I thought.
I was absolutely blown away, as you said, just absolutely lost for words at the beauty of the event. And a lot of the things that we've done here at the festival have seemed to combine the historic aspects of Peterborough and Katharine's life in the Tudor period, but also the religious aspects.
Yes.
Now, I know this is a cathedral. Why is it important to blend the two?
Well, I think because the fundamental reason why Peterborough Cathedral is here is to be a living place of worship. That, yes, worship happened here, for the monks pretty much, for hundreds of years. But today, in 2024, it's still a space that is dedicated to offering worship in all sorts of different styles for people 7 days a week. That's why we exist. That's why we do what we do. It's why we have the events, why we have the school visits and the tours, is to keep this building open and functioning as a place of worship. And I think you can't help but be. You've got to blend those two. One can't exist without the other. We can't have those stories telling if this building wasn't used as a place of worship. We wouldn't. Yeah. So it's they're fun. They're one can't exist without the other. Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
And you've been able to tell that through the whole week. I mean, we've gone to the Eucharist, Vespers, the commemorative service. Now, the commemorative service also had some Spanish dignitaries there. Mm-hmm. Why was it important to include them within that ceremony? Oh,
that link with Spain is, again, vitally important. I mean, we have a Spanish queen buried in an East of England cathedral, and we've had Spanish visitors come. They have their own festival over there as well that they do at sort of a similar time. So that link has always been there, but I think we've made some really good connections this week, and I think we can make that connection even stronger. I'm just holding out for an invitation to the Spanish festival.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Are you planning on going over there to the Spanish festival?
If they'll pay for me to go, absolutely, I wouldn't miss it, of course. Who wouldn't? To see where she was born, and to see, and also they still love her there. She's still revered and honoured and celebrated. And the fact that we're doing that in both here and in Spain is just, fantastic testament to what an amazing figure she was, and how her story still speaks to us.
And that word you mentioned quite a lot there, love. I think that's a huge word here for the cathedral and in our relationship with Catherine. Now, we said it in our episode together earlier in the series. We're all on first name basis with Catherine.
Yes,
here
she's
Peterborough.
ours.
Yeah. What have you loved most about seeing other people interact with Catherine this week?
I think just finding out more about her, finding out about her story and why, and also what, not just that she was binned off by, Henry, who I'm not the greatest fan of, for obvious reasons, but the fact that she was a pioneer of women's literacy. She was a creative. She was fluent in languages. She was politically astute. All of those things that people often don't get taught at school. We just get taught that she's the first one who didn't get her head cut off. And to see their surprise, some visitors who didn't know she was here, surprised that she's here as well, and finding out why she's here as well.
I think it's important in correcting those misconceptions that people had. I love that the festival's done that and brought that to life for many people. You've mentioned that your favourite event, your highlight is this day, the Schools Day.
Yes.
But you've been here, there and everywhere. I've hardly ever been able to catch you or see you on some of the days. Now, aside from the Schools Day, what has been your favourite event that you've taken part in or you've watched?
Saturday, the buzz of Saturday. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Having the building open, just having loads of different things going on. Regal Rose, utterly magnificent reenacting group who have come and given up their time and just been magnificent with the visitors, the smiles on people's faces, seeing the kids making all sorts of different weird and wonderful creations, and then leaving the building with everything that they've made. That day, just the streams of people coming in. On that one day alone, for that short period when we were open, was just magnificent. My absolute favourite thing, aside from the Schools Day, was that day definitely.
The buzz in the whole building was unbelievable on Saturday. I could see you on a complete high.
I was,
at the end of the day.
I was very tired. It was fantastic. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
The final fun question I want to ask you, and I ask this to every guest, is, and you've had one before, but this building is absolutely stunning. To have spent so much time in this building for the past week, what is your favourite thing about this building?
Oh, wow. Great question. I love being upstairs. I love being on the triforium and being up, exploring the tower and able to see the way that the building has been put together, and the skill and the craftsmanship can be really appreciated when you're up there. That's my favourite place to be, that's my favourite place to go. I also really like the peacefulness, if that's even a word, of being in the Apse Chapel, the most ancient part of the building, where it all began, where they laid the first foundation stone. You really do get a sense that you are in a place that has existed for centuries in that section there. So yeah, upstairs, exploring all around, and yeah, at the east end of the cathedral, definitely.
That's a lovely answer, combining your personal feelings within those places, but also the history of it as well. And I'm going to have to get myself upstairs because I haven't been yet.
You haven't?
So, no, I haven't been, no. So.
What? That's amazing. We run tower tours all the time. And can I just do a quick, if it's okay,
Yeah,
a quick thing, a thank you to the many, many, many volunteers that supported this event over the next, because almost everybody that you've seen interacting with visitors in whatever form have volunteered their time. There's absolutely no way we could have done what we've done this weekend without them. They are just incredible, and if anyone wants to volunteer at Peterborough Cathedral, get in touch because you'll have such a fun time. I don't know if you've got any free time, Jackson.
Well,
you want to come?
No.
You want to come and do some volunteering? I don't know, you're just a bit busy, but yeah, it's just the most wonderful place to work. And working with the volunteers, who are all here now helping out with the school's activities, who've led the tours, who've been helping make the crafts with the children. You know, they are just, yeah, they are the heart of that festival.
Yeah, and I can see that they're the backbone of everything the cathedral does. So it's lovely to hear that you're shouting out those people and their involvement. Now, if someone wants to come to Peterborough Cathedral and learn more about Peterborough Cathedral, how do they get here and how do they learn more?
Well, we've got visiting opening hours at the moment. We're in winter, so it's 10 till 4 in winter hours until the clocks go, and then it will be 9 till 5, I think. So we're open 6 days a week for those hours. On a Sunday, because of the services that take place in the morning and afternoon, 12 till 3, we're open for anyone to come in. The cathedral is here for everyone. We ask for a donation if people can, but otherwise people can just come on in. We have tours running, wonderful interpretation about the building, and there's lots of different ways visitors can find out about this place. And I would encourage anyone to make the trip on the train or up the A1 or down the A1 and pop in, because we really are an undiscovered gem.
I will certainly implore anyone to come as well.
Please come and see us. Come and see us.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and thank you for supporting our festival.
Oh, that's okay, thank you.